1. I was never supposed to find out. That's the part that hurts the most. Not just that they sold my inheritance, but that they planned it in a way where I'd never even know it existed. My grandfather wasn't just family to me. He was the only person who ever truly saw me. While my parents were always busy with their own lives, he was the one who raised me. After school, I'd go straight to his house. Weekends, always with him. Even when I grew older, nothing changed. When he got sick, I didn't think twice. I moved in with him, handled his medicines, cooked his meals, sat beside him during nights when he couldn't sleep. Sometimes he would just look at me and say, "You stayed when no one else did." My parents visited, but rarely. Quick check-ins, short conversations, always in a hurry to leave. But somehow they were still the ones making decisions. The day he passed away, everything felt empty, not just the house. Me, I didn't think about money or property. I was just trying to deal with losing him. A few weeks later, my parents called me over. Family meeting, they said, that alone felt strange. We weren't that kind of family. When I walked into the living room, something felt off. Too serious, too quiet. My dad was standing. My mom sat beside him, avoiding my eyes. "We've made a decision," he said. My chest tightened. "What decision?" "We're selling the house," he replied. For a second, I thought I misheard. "What?" "The house and the land," my mom added quickly. "It's too much responsibility." I stared at them, but Grandpa wanted me to have it. Silence. Then my dad spoke again. This isn't about what he wanted. His voice was cold. Final. Something inside me shifted. Did he leave a will? I asked. The question hung in the air. For a brief moment, they hesitated. It was small, but I saw it. My mom forced a smile. "Everything's been handled," she said. "That's not what I asked." I replied. My dad's expression hardened. "You don't need to worry about the details," he said. "We've taken care of it." Taken care of it, like I had no part in any of this. That's when I knew something wasn't right. The next day, I went back to my grandfather's house. The gate was open. Strangers were inside, walking around, measuring, talking, like it already belonged to them. I stepped in slowly. Every corner of that house held memories, and now it felt like I didn't belong there anymore. One of the workers looked at me. "You here for the inspection?" he asked. "Inspection?" I repeated. "Yeah," he said casually. "Sales already processed. New owners taking over soon." My heart dropped. "Already processed?" He nodded. "Paperwork's done." I stood there, frozen. Paperwork done. Without me even knowing? I left immediately, drove straight back home. The moment I walked in, I didn't sit down, didn't wait. "You sold it?" I asked. My parents looked at me, calm, too calm. "It was necessary," my dad said. Necessary. That word again. "You sold my inheritance behind my back," I said slowly. My mom sighed. "You're overreacting." I looked at both of them, at the people I trusted. And in that moment, I realized something that changed everything. They weren't just hiding something. They were making sure I would never find out. And that's when I knew this wasn't a mistake. This was planned. I didn't argue with them again that night. There was no point. If they had already sold everything behind my back, they weren't going to suddenly tell the truth. I needed proof. The next morning, I went back to my grandfather's house. This time, I didn't hesitate. I walked in like I belonged there. because I did. The place felt different, empty. Most of the furniture was gone, and the walls looked stripped, like someone had erased every memory from them. But I wasn't there to remember. I was there to find something they missed. My grandfather had a habit. He kept all his important documents in one place, his study. I walked in and shut the door behind me. For a second, I just stood there. The room felt the same, quiet, still, like time hadn't touched it. I started checking the drawers, one by one. Bills, old papers, files, nothing useful. Then I noticed a thin folder, tucked underneath a stack, almost hidden. I pulled it out slowly and opened it, and that's when everything changed. Property documents, official, stamped, and right there, my name. I sat down and read every line carefully, then again, just to be sure. There was no mistake. The house, the land, everything was legally transferred to me. My grip tightened, so they knew it was mine, and they still sold it. But then I turned the page, and my stomach dropped. Another document, new, clean. A sale agreement, already completed. I scanned it quickly. Buyer details, dates, witnesses, everything looked real. And then I saw it. My signature. I froze. It looked exactly like mine, close enough to fool anyone, but I knew it wasn't mine. A cold feeling ran through me. This wasn't just betrayal anymore. This was fraud. They didn't just go behind my back. They replaced me. I grabbed the papers and left immediately, my mind racing. Everything made sense now. The rushed decision, the silence, the way they avoided every question. They thought I'd never check, never question it. I drove straight to the buyer's office. If this deal was real, he had answers. The building was modern, quiet, professional. At the front desk, I said, "I need to speak to Mr. Khan." The receptionist hesitated. "Do you have an appointment?" "No," I said calmly, "but this is important." A few minutes later, I was sitting across from him. He looked confident, relaxed, like someone who had just made a perfect deal. "What can I help you with?" he asked. I placed the documents in front of him. "You bought this property," I said. He nodded. Yes, everything was processed legally. I leaned forward slightly. "Legally?" I repeated. Then I pointed at the signature. "Then explain this." He looked down, at first casually, then more carefully. His expression shifted, just a little, but enough. He looked back at me. "You're saying this isn't your signature?" I held his gaze. "No." Silence filled the room. Because in that moment, he realized something was very wrong. And so did I. This wasn't just about the house anymore. This was about proving they had lied about everything. The room went completely silent. Mr. Khan looked at the paper again, then at me. "If this is true," he said slowly, "this deal can be canceled." My heart pounded. "This isn't just canceling a deal," I replied. "This is fraud." Things moved fast after that. Lawyers got involved.